Aloha, gentlemen of the Temple Institute. This is Pastor Carl Evans coming to you from the island of Hawaii. We are presently aware of the many wonderful things that you are doing, but at the present time, there's something great happening here that I'm sure that you are all familiar with, and that would be the Red Heifer. And I'm sure as you know well what I'm speaking about, we have just completed a ceremony of the Red Heifer. As you can see an altar standing behind us here, if you can see the little white bag there, which would be the center of the altar. But we have just completed the burning of the Red Heifer. But to give you a more complete understanding of that, I have standing with me here at this time the gentleman which I call my brother, who has been a priest now for a little over 15 years, that brought in the full awareness and understanding of that ceremony, that I'm sure that works not only to the benefit of myself, but all of the listeners that are listening in. But as I'm sure that you may too as well honor that which is respectfully showing a great honor to our majesty, to Yahweh in heaven. It's showing such a great privilege that we have to celebrate these moments. But to get further into that, so that I might not stumble on something that perhaps is not necessary for you to hear, I'm sure that Brother Donnelly here, this is Brother John Donnelly, he has great information to pass on to you that I myself am eager to recognize. I turn you over to Brother John.
Thank you, Carl. Gentlemen, this is a very important day for humanity. This is a very important day for the people of Israel. I would please ask that you stand at attention while you are viewing this video, because I think the Creator basically deserves all of our respect from this standpoint. Sitting before us here today is basically a tree on the day that I was supposed to finalize the selection of an altar site for my boss, so that we could basically concrete over a previous place which I had been doing the offerings from. I've been doing them for approximately 15 years now, and keeping the Sabbaths and holy days for approximately 26 years now. In any event, based on Christ's grading scale, which he states in Matthew 5:17 through 19, individuals which wish to enter the kingdom will be basically required to keep his commandments, and that those who do and teach his commandments will be called great in the kingdom, and those doing and teaching against even one of the least of the commandments will be called the least in the kingdom. That is where my journey began. Well, it ended up that I recently set up an altar in Egypt. I basically, after getting back from Egypt, had very, very strong promptings over and over, along with many signs which I can discuss with you in more detail later, that basically indicated to me that I was due the Red Heifer. Well, I certainly knew nothing about a Red Heifer. I didn't know if it was even male or female. Every little detail worked out. Every detail was done according to biblical law. We've documented every little tiny aspect of it. My reason in approaching you is because I was prompted to do so. It is my understanding that you are attempting to reestablish true worship in the nation of Israel, that you are attempting to do it on the Mount Horeb. And honestly, I am curious as to why you've chosen that. I don't see that in the scripture yet. It does say a high mountain. On the other hand, these are things we can discuss over time. My interest in sending you this video is because, number one, I want to basically inform you of what we have been doing, and basically also point out that in the prophets, as you know, Malachi 1 indicates that Yahweh would in fact set up altars in every place, and the incense would be burned in every place. And that obviously includes areas outside of the area of Jerusalem. So in any case, what we're looking at here is actually Yahweh's altar choice. On the D-Day, which was the day I was supposed to finalize the altar choice, I'd already reconcluded this was the only spot on the entire property, and in fact, this tree fell blocking this site. No one goes back here. This is considered a holy site. In any case, I'm hoping to open up a dialogue with you all. I did have some communication with you about the age of the Red Heifer, and no one was able to provide me with any facts on the fact that you were suggesting that it had to be 2 years old. I did not see that in the scripture, and the gentleman who I corresponded with indicated he didn't even know where it came from. So what I stand for is basically Torah. What I am hoping to achieve is to help usher in this Ezekiel temple whenever it does arrive, and to help usher in true worship. That is the whole reason that we are contacting you. I'm hoping to open up a dialogue with you so that we can hopefully collaborate with each other and maybe begin to figure out why Yahweh so far has not allowed some of the things that you have been trying to accomplish to happen. And there are many things that I feel that you need to seriously look at, including the biblical calendar, which is not right. Now, these blood red moons, they definitely were corresponding with the biblical calendar that you call the Hebrew calendar, but you know that according to your own scholars, one of which is at the Hebrew Union University, that the Hebrew calendar is in fact the ancient Babylonian calendar, and that the biblical calendar is technically lost. So in any event, if you have an interest, let's open up a dialogue. I would like one person of your institute to basically interact with, who is very knowledgeable, obviously, regarding Torah. And let's see if we can't mutually benefit each other as far as a knowledge base, and hopefully over time grow to be good friends and get this temple going, get the worship system restored back to the nation of Israel as it should be. I do believe that I will be used in a very important capacity with the Muslim people. I set up an altar in Egypt and can give you all the data on that, but in any case, this is our introduction to you. We are quite seriously minded people, mostly from a Christian background, but we are quite serious about the Creator's laws from the Old Testament, which we feel Christ indicated we have to keep. So we're doing the best we can. At the same time, we've had some wonderful signs and wonders that we can tell you about more at length. We're doing this at evening because of uncleanness issues. Even just burning this red heifer, you have to, as you know, wash yourself and bathe your clothes as well. But Carl here has been doing the burning. Philip's been a support person. And anyway, so that's who we are, and we very much appreciate your attention. So hopefully this will get to you, and we can begin talking. You can reach me at Johannsrock, YOHANNSROCK @gmail.com. And as well, we already have under 10th Red Heifer, we are the first 2 slots, I believe, if you look at it on YouTube. So you can see some of the things that we've done already. So anyway, I salute you, sir, all of you. You stand for something great, and it's hopefully a wonderful thing to be doing what you're doing, and I hope that in our lifetimes we're able to accomplish it so that true worship is restored back to Jerusalem. But I believe it also will be replicated in many places, as the prophet Malachi indicates. So I believe that that might be part of my purpose, or part of our purpose, and we will see. But the Creator is obviously way ahead of us and knows exactly and precisely what He wants to do, and He will get it done. So, aloha.